Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling here. Don't say it says tisk tisk. I am 2 minutes late. It's okay. I'll survive, just like chat will. But thanks for hanging. If you're vibing, thanks for the vibes. Appreciate you. Hopefully y'all had a lovely Easter. But very nice. Uni says how to. I know. I'm such a bad role model here, but very excited, very excited. Yet another stream here. I have no idea what to do, but I also saw that there was a ton of new stuff that was in posting in Discord, and I was like, oh man, there's probably a ton of stuff we need to catch up on. So I feel like it's probably gonna be another catch up stream, of course. I was gonna say, when is it there? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sarah says, I forgot it was 3 days, so I'm literally in the middle of dyeing my hair right now. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Chat can guess the color. Callus is not gonna stick around, but popping in to say hi, hello. That's all right. Andy, hello. Connie, hello. Thanks for hanging, Connie. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Kaylee, hello. No Santa's. I did read No Santa's comment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like there's almost always stuff to catch up with on the catch up stream here, so I feel like that's a good one to rock with here. We did do a good bit of this stuff here, so I am excited. So, all right, the only ones that I think I was interested, I think the only ones I was interested in checking out were the new Kep1er song. There was another one I was excited to watch. That was on here. Top would be cool. DPR Ian. So there's a few. So we'll have to Monsta X we could do. Yeah. Let's see. AKMU. Yeah, I did see AKMU. That would be sick. Connie says, yeah, I've been so busy. It's a new semester in uni. Already tired. Best of luck this year for you, Connie. Hopefully it's not going to be too stressful. NIZIU. Okay. Very nice. Let's see. Connie says, did you see the Monster? I did see the Monsta X. That would be cool. He says, Limugen service with Kiki's Kaya was good. If we run out of things to catch up on, yeah, that would be cool. All right, cool. I've got a list to work with, and that's always a plus. So I'll bring out my trusty notepad again, and I will throw some shit on the list here. So very nice. All right, let's do Kep1er. We did not do the 2.0 video. We did check it out on stream, obviously, for the album. So, all right, cool. Let's go with Kep1er first. I want to say it was a little far back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull my other screen up here. Very nice. All right, cool. We got this one locked. Very nice. Okay. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
Ooh.
You will know 내가 보란 듯이 keep it low on the
Okay.
floor A to Z got team 없이 like a sing 잘 봐 내가 만든 scenario 드러내 watch me bite back come and see burning our day 신중히 see the target get 'em all shoot it like that 날 비추는 starlight 멈출 수가 없는 NIZIU oh baby let's keep on diving 짜릿해지는
Nice. Cool chorus.
you know I'm a killer. Yeah. Tick it boom, you know I'm a killer.
I like that vocal rasp. Cool.
Go run for your life. Go run before I catch ya. Back it up like that. Go run before I catch ya. Come on, girl, 'cause you know I'm a killer. 1, 2, 3. 위험해, 어서 falling. Watch me cook this beat, 너를 홀린. 우아하게 너를 들이켜. Let's drink it up, let's taste it up. Hey, 시작되는 게임 now 나의 차례. 거침없이 너를 향해 슈레. 심장 소리에 맞춰지는 감에.
Cool vocal back. Nice. This is cool. Nice lead in. Ooh. All right. That was clean. That was clean. I like that. Wow. All right. It was like a little bit of a little breakdown. I'm here for it. All right. This was interesting. I'll have to check out the full release, but this was Kep1er, Killa. If you're joining, thanks for hanging. This was cool. I feel like they're on top. I like that. This was really, really awesome. Honestly, I've liked a lot of I traditionally like a lot of Kep1er stuff, but this one feels vastly different from, I feel like, what they've put out recently. But in a good way. I love this from front to back. This was probably one of their strongest songs, I'd argue. It was so much fun. I liked a lot of the different like textures they put into this track. That really cool like vocal rasp when they do the Killa part. I thought that was super cool. I think it just added this like really interesting kind of like texture to the song that I appreciate. I also really liked the vocals in this. They had like a really cool like anthemic, like big feeling sound to it that I like. It was kind of reminding me of like a few, well, actually probably more than a few now at this point, but it kind of reminded me of like the like Armageddon era of like aespa, and like maybe even like a little bit before that period, which was great, because I love that season of aespa. I felt like the releases during that period were like some of my favorite of their discography. And even like the first couple releases were also fantastic. But I felt like with this one, I was like, holy shit, like they really kind of changed it up. I liked a lot of the different like rhythm elements as well, like the way that they kind of switched the beats up, especially towards the end of this song. I felt like that was like the most crazy drop that I've heard so far this year, which I like. I thought that was really sick. It definitely played into that like heavy electronic elements of the song, so that I thought that was really, really good. But yeah, this was great. I will have to check out the full release because I feel like I've traditionally gone and listened to like every Kep1er release in full after that, after I've listened to the title track. So this one will definitely be on my radar to give a listen to tomorrow or in the coming weeks. But great title track. Also, they all sounded phenomenal vocally. I loved like the rapping section in this song. I felt like it was the most dynamic, and very like again very succinct. So I love that as well. But yeah, this was I would say in terms of recent memory, I would say this was probably one of the better, if not one of the best Kep1er title track songs I've heard in a little minute. And I was about to say, I think the previous one Sarah said was Bubblegum, and I did like that too. Um, but I felt like this one was just a little bit better, which was cool. But yeah, overall, can't complain. I hope this one. I hope this one. I don't know. I don't feel like Kep1er is like a new group certainly, but I hope that maybe this gives people the opportunity to go find out and listen to their more of their music in the future. But really good stuff. I enjoyed this one a lot. This one might be high on the list of my favorites tonight so far, even though we've only listened to one, but this was great. Sonja, hello. Jazz, hello. Sally, hello. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Sarah says cube lore. Yeah. We haven't talked about that in a little bit, so I feel like it had to have popped up. Callus says, I haven't gotten to check this out yet, but I love it so far. Everyone said, ooh, at the same time. I love that. Keely says, heck yes. Needed more of that ending. Uni says, same. Sarah says, yum, bubblegum, and Killa are on a generational run. I agree. No, Sarah says, it's still funny to me seeing Eugen with a bunch of kids. That's true. That an 8-year gap, that's wild. But hey. Sarah says, I hope Wake One pulls their head out of their asses and promotes Kep1er like they deserve. Hey, God bless. You're right. Big facts. We definitely have strong opinions about a certain Wake One here. So anyway, very cool. This was a good start. I'd love to see it. So, all right, I have to go find AKMU now, but it looks like No Santa recommended AKMU, so we're gonna check it out. I'm very excited. This is Paradise of Rumors. Ooh, okay, I like the name. Sarah said, if Wake One had no haters, I've died. And Guggy says Wake One is the greatest company ever. I feel like that's sarcasm for sure, but that says it's pre-release for an up-and-coming album this week. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Shout out to AKMU. If you didn't watch the AKMU deep dive, come through. Go watch it. But very nice. Let's check out Paradise of Rumors. I'm excited. I love AKMU, so excited. It is Catch Up Harmony. The slide guitar is insane. Okay. Don't worry, I feel the same way, Harmony. I get it. All right, very cool. This was AKMU's Paradise of Rumors. Um, it's gonna make a very I was gonna make a joke about. It's gonna be like when the ayahuasca hits. Um, terrible joke. Anyway, um, I I think this was very interesting. I will say I will probably have to give this another listen, certainly. Um, but I think to me I think it was unique in the sense of I like the styling of it. I felt like even with previous AKMU songs that I've heard before, I kind of felt like they almost went in that sort of like folksy. I wouldn't consider this quite bluegrass, but I feel like to me like it kind of hits that sort of like bluegrassy folksy like vibe to it. And I don't know if I've really heard that. I know that they may have dabbled in it somewhat, but I felt like this one felt like they were jumping head first into this one. Um, and I think it was very nice, very mellow. I agree with harmony, like definitely a very mellow sound to it. I liked the guitar. I thought it was very like they definitely used some sort of like Fender, like Telecaster with like that sort of twangy guitar sound. They also used like a slide as well. Um, so I thought it was very interesting in the sense of like I thought it was very interesting in the sense of like, wow, like definitely a different vibe for them. I think their voices obviously suit that sort of sound too as well. Um, but I don't know. I feel like there's like a very interesting like I think this had me in a very interesting feeling. I like the lyricism as well. I was reading along to it, which was great. Um, but I felt like for me, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I am very curious to check out the title track for this one. If it kind of again keeps that into that sort of like folksy, bluegrassy feel. Um, because it's always a genre I'm always interested to get into, but I feel like there have been like artists that I like either love in this space or that I don't like, like that kind of turn me off from it. So I feel like I feel a love hate relationship with that genre. Um, and if you like that genre, all the power to you, certainly. But yeah, I felt like this one was very interesting. The voices were very serene. Um, but yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I was a little bit more surprised with this one that they took, I guess, like a little bit more of that subdued approach. Um, so I'm wondering if in comparison it be on the same wavelength. But yeah, overall, not bad. There are definitely some AKMU songs that I feel like I've enjoyed more. But I didn't think it was particularly like there wasn't anything that I felt like I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the choices that they made were all very much in the thought process of like, oh, I get it. It makes sense. Like they're trying to go with that sound, so it would make sense for them to use like a slide guitar. It makes sense for them to like, you know, have like bits of piano in there and like they. I think they did. Again, I think they accentuated it in a good way. So in that aspect, I thought it was very nice. So I thought it was I thought overall it was very solid. But I am very curious to listen to the title track when that time comes. So I'll have to keep an eye out. But thank you, No Santa, for recommending it. So it was a good one. Good vibes. Good feels. Love to see it. Let's see. Andy had to step out for a bit. No, I don't think anyone requested it, but I do want to check out the top song, so we will have to give it a listen certainly. Kaylee says, Soyoon looks so good. I watched their videos about their past year. It's very cool and emotional, honestly. Oh, interesting. If you want to drop the link, I will check that out. I didn't know there was any sort of backstory on it, so that's crazy. Also, I don't know if I said it, Biscuit and Harmony, welcome in. Appreciate you for joining. And Sonja, I think I did see Sonja earlier, so if y'all got some catch up stuff, let me know. Appreciate y'all. Biscuit says bluegrass adjacent. I would agree. Koki says I suddenly have the urge to have Brandon do a deep dive on a country artist. Biscuit said Chris Stapleton. Oh God, they said let's do it. I listen. if you asked me to do it, then I would consider it because I'm not an asshole, but I will be blunt. That's all I'm saying. Santa says I might suddenly fall ill that week. That's justified. I respect that. Sarah also said the same thing. Oh my god. Biscuit says I'd support you. I think he'd be surprised. I think he would never let me do a deep dive again. You know what? I would consider revoking your privilege. Oh my god. Kaylee says I'll put it in Discord. They have a video over the past year. Is just very real and open. I think it would make you think about the song differently. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Gunky would be in timeout. Yeah, for sure. So just says the country deep dive would be a choice. Oh my god. Listen, if you like country, that is no blast to country people that like country music. You can enjoy what you like. I'm sure there's tons of artists that I like that other people don't. So it's all personal preference, you know. But I did think it was funny. Especially after Gunky winning the wheel last week. Chat was conflated for sure. The Udi says, "Oh, I'm very contagious. I think it's coming down with. So I'm coming down to think as well." To be fair, I haven't really listened to country music in a really long time. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Justified. Sarah says, "If you get banned because of country music after I didn't for Boys Planet year, I would pass away." Listen, I would never. You will only be banned if you say something inappropriate or potentially not kosher in the chat, you know? That would be ban worthy. Otherwise, you're entitled to your opinion, you know? So, country music is my favorite. Yeah. Straight to jail. That's what I would put. Gunky says, so on a good note, we are having to listen to that song. That is fire. Let's go. All right. Well, this is NIZIU 2. Oh, God. Kaylee, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, Kaylee. I'm hurting. Sarah says, wait. Oh, God. Do I have to wait? Am I waiting? What are we waiting for? Oh, God. Oh, okay. Sarah says, I forgot to message Gunky back after he asked me what I thought about this release. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's go. I was like, damn. The Sarah lore drop. Ooh, that was a cool transition. Wow. All right. Hey, the double time. Ooh, all right. All right. Honestly, the girls groups have been crushing it recently, so shout outs. This was NIZIU's Too Bad. We're doing catch up tonight. If you're hanging out, thanks for vibing. This was a vibe, 100%. Loved it. Obviously, shout out to NIZIU, courtesy of Gunky. We did do a pretty I think outlined NIZIU deep dive. So I feel like it was very comprehensive, which is always cool. I like this a lot. This was fantastic. I feel like all of their Japanese songs, in my opinion, I feel like have hit. And this is certainly no exception to that rule. But this is so bubbly, so fun, very synth pop laden, which is great. And I think their voices sounded incredible. They've always sounded really good, but I felt like with this one, they kind of matched that like theming of like it being very bubblegummy, very poppy, but also their voices kind of have like this sort of like pop like phrasing and stuff, which I really like. I thought that was great, and it plays into that sort of bubbly, like major key overtone type song. Um, I really loved like the build for the pre-chorus and the way that they kind of like again give you that full circle moment in the choruses. I feel like those are really well executed. I think it just carries such great momentum from the pre-chorus to the chorus, so that was awesome. Um, I also really enjoy like I feel like their voices in this song felt more dynamic as well. Obviously they've been doing this for quite a bit now at this point, but I feel like this one I was just like you could really tell a lot of the textures of their voice and like how they were able to kind of like how not only I feel like NIZIU but also like the producers were able to kind of put this one together. I think they did a really phenomenal job of that. Um I love the bridge. I thought that was a nice like ethereal change of pace to the song. Like it's a very upbeat, it's very fun, very lively. I think the way that they were kind of able to change course a little bit in the bridge, but still maintain like a lot of that energy, I feel like is definitely commendable. But I love that they kind of doubled down on the final chorus. I think they did like a little bit of double time at the beginning. I thought that was so cool, and it just kind of amps up that energy a little bit more. So I really appreciate that a ton. But yeah, this was phenomenal. I would say, like I said, in recent memory, I probably would say this one is up. I would say this is up there with some of my favorite NIZIU songs. It's just so good. It makes you feel good as well. So just enjoy this one. This was great. Like I said, the girls groups recently again have been on top. So I'm here for it. Goki says all the songs on this EP are amazing. Calling it an EP is questionable, though, since it's only 3 songs. Interesting. I feel like an EP. I think traditionally EPs are anywhere between 3 to like 7 songs, and then I think it goes on to LP after that. Like so, LPs can have 7 or more songs typically. So if I've got my music knowledge correct on that, so. And Gucky says it's more of a mature NIZIU. I agree, but I did really enjoy it. And Harmony asked if we did Ikers. We did do the Ikers Delulu. That was phenomenal. I did really love it. So, Gucky says yes, 3 is technically EP, but come on, that's fair. Listen, they'll have. We're at the beginning of the year. I feel like they'll have another release before the year's over with. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like I feel like usually the split for like K-pop groups is like you do it anywhere between now and like May, and then I'm sure they'll have something before the year's over with. I wouldn't even be surprised by it at this point. I feel like I've figured out the release order for most. They are a J-pop group, but I feel like since they're a part of JYP, I feel like they follow the same release patterns, I would argue. But well, I'd have to look back in the archives. So very cool, very cool. I think we are keeping it moving though. Thank you, Gungi, for the pick here. It looks like a lot of you requested DPR Ian, which I'm excited. I did see this pop up, and I was like, damn, I gotta be checking out DPR Ian, so I'm excited. Let's see. That's like calling Cat's Eye K-pop. Yeah, that's true. I do get a lot of flack for that, to be fair. So I know they're not. But it's funny. Anyway, this is DPRE in the show. I'm excited. Have not listened to this yet, so let's give it a watch.
And I saw you as I walked in through the side to a room full of actors all getting high. And I had my heart broken just the other night. And now I just tell myself you're the only one that kept me safe. 'Cause loving you was way too deep for me. Held on too long just so you can see the flowers withered as you went by. So shoot the bullet again. I swear the gods could have left you with me. I swear they don't get you like me. And I was just hoping that you would get back into my crowd. But where did you go? I'm just a mess today. I wish they would have left you with me. I swear they don't get you like me. And I was just holding you in the backseat of my car. So where did you go? Get ready for the show, yeah. You don't even know just where the angels go. Get ready for the show, yeah. You don't even know just where the angels go. Get ready for the show. 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 Why don't you step inside and lose yourself in awe? You show perfection in the mirror with your lipstick, you the show. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got this. Oh, you just stay for the show. Just stay for the show. Why don't you just stay for the show? Just stay for the show. Show.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. This was DPR Ian, the show. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. Uni says I haven't checked this one out. Andy says this one's amazing. Harmony says this one's so good. Connie says they haven't seen this yet. Hey, let's go. Connie also said he looks so good. Oh my god, love to see it. All the credits, yeah. Sarah says he's so cool. Kaylee also said he was not having anyone any more slander on him. Andy says, I love this. And Harney says, it's so jazzy, funky. I love it. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I was going to say oh, wait, I got to go back to the scene that I thought it was. Let's see. This scene. Like every time, I'm not going to lie, like the jacket that DPR Ian's wearing, I was just like, man, I'm going to tell my kids this is My Chemical Romance. For those who know, you know. But I thought this was very, very interesting. I like the funky, like, yeah, I do like the funky, like, pop rock sort of feel, but it also does have like an indie-ish feel as well. And I imagine this is a setup to probably a larger release. I would imagine he isn't just releasing, one song and calling it quits, for the release. But I thought this was very interesting. I like the kind of atmosphericness that this song has. Like very cool, like main riff, like on the guitar and like the bass. And obviously like the drumming is super fun too. Very dry in the mix, but I thought it was very nice. Very I feel like there were choices made, right? And like I like the artistic approach of this. But I was definitely getting some like really kind of like indie vibes from this, which I appreciate. It's definitely a realm that I feel like he's kind of dabbled in to some degree, but not 100%. But I liked it. I really feel like kind of like the warm, like the way that he uses his mid to low range tone has such a like warmth to it. So I think it really aided in like this sort of like indie jazzy feel of the song, which was cool. But I also really liked a lot of like the shoegazy elements of this, which again is like those really drenched reverb sounds. Like even his voice kind of has like a little bit of like the way that they've stylized some of the parts of his voice have like a really deep reverb sound to it. So I really like that. I think it really kind of adds to that, again, that grandiose etherealness of the song. So I thought that was really cool. The ending riff was fun. That bass riff sounds super, super fun to play. So I love that. I thought that was really cool. But I'm excited. I think if this gives any indication of what is to come, I would imagine for this year for him. I think it puts him in a very interesting spot. I think in a tonality sense, we have covered DPR Ian before in the past, and I feel like he's always had like, I don't know. I've always appreciated that he is stuck to his artistic vision, whether it's something that I like or dislike. I feel like he is always very true as an artist, and I think as somebody who checks music out on a regular basis, I think I feel like he has very much a line drawn in the sand. You know what I mean about his music, and I think I have to appreciate that for what it is. I feel like that's such a like cool thing to kind of evoke in your music. So respect to him as an artist. I think he's incredible. Like I said, I've liked a majority of his music, so obviously no hate here for him, but I thought it was really cool. And also the MV, the way this was shot was really, really cool. They did a great job of making it feel like modern, but also a little bit like retro in the sense. So really cool stuff. I thought this was a great music video. So shout outs. Sonja says he reminds me of an early David Bowie. Cool. Oh, okay. I can kind of hear a little, especially in like the mid to low range tone. I can see that. I've never drawn that comparison, but I felt like with this one, it was probably about as close as I could get. So that was cool. Great stuff. Thanks to chat for recommending it. All right, very cool. The next one was, I think it looks like Unhee recommended it. It was the Kiki Lee Mujin. I don't know if we'll be able to watch the whole thing, but let's see. Was it the one that happened recently? The one like 2 months ago, Unhee? Let me know. Trying to think what else. Top we have on my list. Let me see. I'm looking through the list. It's Kaya. Okay, perfect. All right, let's listen to a little bit of this. Down, man. Lee Mujin, what a goat. We love to see it. All right, 12:30. All right, beautiful. Thank you, and he. All right, get on the 216. Okay. Also, I got yours, Gunky as well. Okay, cool. We'll scroll through the 2216. How intimidating that would be. I mean, obviously she crushed it, but damn, that's crazy. I don't know if I'd ever like. I feel like that takes a lot of. I feel like that takes a lot of balls to sing a song in front of the artist that made the song. So that's cool. That was cool. Both clips were great. She's a phenomenal singer. I know we've been catching up with a lot of Kiki stuff on the catch up stream. So it is really, really cool. And obviously, best of luck to their group. I mean, like I said, I feel like they're obviously making waves. So good for them. They just continue to keep moving. They're gonna be great. So very nice. Gonki says, did we listen to Bittersweet by Baby Don't Cry last time? I don't believe so. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but that name does not sound familiar. So Sarah says, now I'm trying to remember if I showed Brandon when Teray sang the Squid Game meme song on Lee Mujin series. I did not. That I feel like I probably would know. So that's that was a phrase for sure. So very interesting. Uni says her confidence is insane at that age. I was gonna say I feel like I was not even remotely close to that at the age of 15. So that's really impressive. Obviously, I feel like it would do them wonders as they continue on, and obviously best of luck to them as they go forward. They're a great group. So very cool. All right. Thank you, Unhee, for the pick. We are moving on to Top next, which I've been very excited to check out. We obviously did cover Big Bang, and I've seen Top on Squid Games, which he was incredible on as well. So this will be fun. I'm excited to hear this one. I've been patiently waiting to spin this one. So let's check it out. This is Desperado.
석양도 흘러나가 예쁜 보랏빛의 두 발다키 오 파라밤밤밤 뛰기다가 흥미로운 내 육덕 라인 두두한 척해 너의 높은 콧대와 이거 그대로도 몸을 섬지도 윤기가 흘러 대정복할래 폭발하는 잭팟 인생 한방 대한민국에 난 조금 유명한 친구 오늘부터 너의 생활은 좀 달라지걸 너무 mad We're born again 두둠둠 속삭임도 나긋나긋 so cool 말이 필요 없지 넌 신의 한수 이 밤의 온도는 so hot 여름 난 녹고 있는 고드름 So I love you, love you 완전히 빙고 Sometimes I'm a real gang. 펄고 gang. 예쁜 문학서 우린 비가서 금 chemistry like Tom and Jerry. Give me a clue. I want the
Chemistry like Tom and Jerry.
여자의 완벽히 흡수. 햇빛이 달아오름. So I love you.
Interesting. All right. This was Top's Desperado. I still can't get over that line of what was it? It was like a chemistry like Tom and Jerry. That was awesome. Man, that's so funny. I feel like to me I feel like to me it's just like, obviously I'm being lighthearted. I obviously am not taking this extremely seriously, but I just imagine going up to someone and you're like, how's your relationship like? And you're like, we're like Tom and Jerry. Like, you're just like beating the shit out of each other, you know what I mean? One's just like rage baiting you the entire time. It's great. Love to see it. Otherwise I thought it was very interesting. I will say, like, the Tom, then you do the Tom scream for, yeah, exactly. Classic. Our relationship is like a classic cartoon. Andy says, I love this. The instrumental gives me a bit of a sensual jazzy vibe that is usually for movies like Ocean's 11 and James Bond. I could hear that certainly. Obviously Desperado is another classic cinematography as well, so I don't know if he's pulling from that either. But that was very interesting. I feel like the start of the song was a little rough in my opinion, but I do feel like it did pick up the pace a little bit. I would say, like, once we got through that like first verse section, I feel like once we got into the first chorus, I was like, okay, I could see it makes sense. Like, the auto tune was very interesting as well. I like the second verse a lot more, I will say. I think that one, I feel like Top was definitely a little bit more fine tuned in the second verse, in my opinion. So I like that a little bit more. But this was definitely an interesting choice. I feel like, I'll be honest, I really feel like I didn't have too much expectation going into it. But overall, I thought it was very cool. I like the vibe. Again, it had like a mystique sort of musical production to it, so I thought that was really interesting. And I think the way that, like, again, the way that he kind of put the structure of the song together, I thought was unique. But yeah, I thought overall, cool MV. I thought the song was also very interesting. I kind of expected him to go a little bit harder, if I'm being honest. I don't know if he was holding back, but I feel like I kind of expected him to pop. I kind of expected him to pop off a little bit more, and this one was like a little bit more chill, a little bit more vibey. So I feel like maybe my expectations for it were like a little bit different than what I felt like he was gonna do. But overall, I thought I enjoyed it. I am very curious to see. It looks like, okay, another dimension. So it's a part of a full album. So okay, interesting. I'll have to check it out. I think it's intrigued me. So Jazz says, nice. I got to listen to the album. Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Sanjay says, I like the MV, the sepia tones and vibe were cool. I agree. The vibes were chill, but very interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious what he's gonna do next, you know. So we will see, certainly. So very nice. Let's do, it looks like I think Gunky recommended Kickflip, so we will. It looks like I think there might be 2 songs out from Kickflip. Yeah, it looks like 20 and Eye Poppin'. So we'll do the double up for them. All right, cool. I'll put iPoppin in my next link here, and we'll do 20 first.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. 떨리는 맘 틈새 좀 낯선 바람이 부는 듯해 I don't know, I can't believe 뻔한 말들만 repeat 어색해 네 눈을 못 보겠어 함께한 추억한 겨울나게 물드는 넌 가장 빛나는 봄 Keep this time 내 맘 위로 Don't hesitate 지금부터 Be okay Another door Why am I crying 아직도 몰라 안녕의 의미를 Got a little something to say Bring me on the season 말 안 해도 다 알잖아 지금 내 맘 떨리는 눈빛을 감추긴 쉽지 않지만 Wake up 봄처럼 웃으며 no walk away This ain't the last time I see you again 젖어든 눈빛을 너로 만지는 햇빛 사이 Sweetie I'm fine I can't say 정량되는 말은 Hold it stop 땅만 툭툭 타ppen 멀어져갈 우리도 wanna be tripping kinda keep it cool 좀 들어물들 잘 떨리는 big thing 보면 밤새 overthinking Oh turn it back run it back 두근대라 간지러운 공기까지 기억해 more Don't hesitate 함께했던 모든 게 지켜줄 걸 Why am I crying Oh 믿어 다시 마주칠 우리를 Got a little something to say Yeah Bring me on your season 말 안 해도 다 알잖아 지금 내 맘 떨리는 눈빛을 감추긴 쉽지 않지만 Wake up 봄처럼 웃으며 no walk away This ain't the last time I see you again 젖어든 눈빛을 너로 만지는 햇빛 사이 Twenty and five
Okay. Slowing it down.
돌고도 서로의 시간 끝에 This ain't the last time I see you again 젖어든 눈빛을 감추지 못할 햇빛 사이 Twenty fine
Oh, this is fantastic. I like this a lot. Wow, this is awesome. All right, cool. This was Kickflip 20. If you're hanging out for the catch-up stream, thank you for hanging. Cookie says they just released their first full album. Still need to check out the rest of the songs. I think I might have to as well. So, this was phenomenal. This is definitely up my alley. I feel like I'm gonna make some niche commentary on this, but you should definitely check out these groups if you have not. But it kind of reminds me of an amalgamation of like 3 different groups that like bands that I'm familiar with. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Metro Station. For those who know, you know, if you're part of alternative music, then you would know them. it also kind of reminds me a little bit of um it also kind of reminds me a little bit of like this one group called Belmont. They're like a pop punk um they're like a pop punk group from, I think they're from Chicago, I'm pretty sure. But they're really sick, and they combine like a lot of trap hip hop elements with like really like interesting like pop punk sort of infusion. I feel like this one kind of hits that same sort of marquee a little bit. And also another deep cut for all my alternative homies. It also reminds me a lot of Forever the Sickest Kids, which is also a phenomenal group. Definitely a little bit more like easy core, and like has electronic elements as well. For the OGs that know, you know ball. But this was fantastic. It definitely was like in my lane of things that I already enjoyed. So I feel like this song was not a really hard sell for me, because I think if I didn't know this was a K-pop group, I feel like this is something I would listen to in my daily listening habits anyway. Just for the fact that K-pop, like there is a K-pop artist involved with this. I think it just, sweetens the pie a little bit for me. But this was phenomenal. I think their voices, obviously, I think I've said it a lot about Kickflip, but their voices sound really good. And I felt like this was the first one where I was like, wow, like they've got some really, really good voices. Like, I feel like the songs that I've listened to before from them, they've all been really good, and I've liked their voices a lot. But this was the one where I feel like I like opened my eyes and I was like, oh yeah, this is so good. Like, this is phenomenal. Especially that chorus. I feel like it's so anthemic, so big. I love what they did with like the instrumentation. Like they added, especially on the drums, they added like this bit of like reverb. I think it had like a little bit of a spring reverb, but like whenever like the drummer hit that snare tone, it was just so good, and it just brightened up the song even more so. I loved a lot of the vocal layering in this. I thought that was really, really sick as well. There's this cool like guitar loop that they were using. It was a lot of like it sounded like two hand tapping, but I couldn't really, it was very digitized, so I don't know if it was like arpeggiated in their like recording software, or if it was actually somebody that recorded the guitar and then really synthesized it more. Either way, it was really cool, and I think it kind of again evoked that sort of electronic feel that I know and love. Love that. I thought the bridge was also really interesting as well. I like that they went subdued. I like that they didn't kind of like amplify it more. I think it makes that last chorus feel a lot more impactful in the song. So I like that they kind of messed with the dynamics on that one and made it the way that they did make it at the end. I think they did a phenomenal job with that. But yeah, overall, I would say this is probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best Kickflip songs that I've heard from them to date. And I would be hard pressed to say this might be, I think this might be one of their top songs for me, but also I feel like a hard one to beat going further. Like I feel like it checked all the boxes for things that I already enjoy. So, this one's going to be an interesting release. I will have to definitely give this album a full listen. So, Gunky says, look, Brandon, I still recommend K-pop songs. You do. Respect. I love that. Andy saw my my comment. I love that. I feel seen. I love that. Both pun intended and not. Gunky says, I feel like Kickflip songs get better and better. I feel like they have been getting better and better, 100%. So, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna check out the other one, which is Eye Poppin'. So that's what I was doing earlier because I was so stoked. But let's check out this one.
Let's go!
I have Monsta X, Sanja. We could do BTS too.
씹어버려도 돼 결국엔 난네 건딱지니까
뛰었다 멎었다 네 손에 달린 박동 말할까 말까 타이밍을 보고
눈청스를 뱉은 말과 달리 얼어붙은 몸넌 처음으로 내가 절대 포기하지 않은 걸 계속 그렇게 싫은 척해봐봐 baby 난 매번 더욱더 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어
Love that pan. That was crazy. Wow.
It's okay, don't lie me if you can 예상 같은 건 아닌 너와 나의 알고 straight 커지는 마음 부작용인 건가 너 말곤 전부 초점이 나가 계속 그렇게 싫은 척 해봐봐 baby 난 매번 더욱더 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어 이 시야에 깃깃깃거리게 어디 있든 튀어 보이게 Like a puppet in your eyes 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어 Keep your eyes on me don't stop 날 또 바라봐줘 내 맘에 더는 못 참겠어 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어 사실 네 웃음 한 번에 무너지고 다시 일어나길 반복해 오늘도 너의 모든 시선을 뺏고 싶어 나네 시야에 큐큐큐거리게 어디 있든 큐큐큐거리게 Like a puppet in your eyes 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어 Keep your eyes on me don't stop 날 또 바라봐줘 내 맘을 더는 못 참겠어 네 눈에 거슬리고 싶어 싫은 척 해봐봐 baby
자, 여기까지 개훈이었습니다. 그럼 다음 시간에 더 유익한 내용으로 찾아뵙겠습니다. 오, 안녕. 다음에 또 만나요.
Oh, very nice. All right. This was Kickflip's Eye Poppin' for hanging out. Thank you for hanging. This was phenomenal as well. I like that they're keeping I like that both of these songs have kind of kept in a similar sort of ballpark of sound. I think that's just further going to emphasize I feel like that's further going to make me like want to listen to the album now. So I will absolutely give this one a spin. Probably tomorrow. But I loved it. I think they have this very unbridled energy to them that I really appreciate. And I think I've talked about this a few times on stream before, but I felt like with this one, it was the most apparent, where I think that the crossover between, I think we joke, or I know I've joked about like the crossover between like K-pop and like alternative music. And I felt like with this one, it was like, I can see both sides of the fence, right? Like I can see like from the instrumental perspective, very much like alternative, very like, you know, pop punky, very much on that sort of lane of music. And I love that. I think it's incredible. Obviously coming from that background, it's like, oh wow, I feel like I'm like, wow, this was crazy. But on the other side of the coin, like obviously I've been listening to K-pop for a couple years now, probably close to 4 now at least, which is wild. But I see like kind of the side of like K-pop and like how great their vocals are and like the different kind of arrangements that they do on that front. And it was just kind of cool to see like two worlds that I currently live in, right? Like in terms of my the musical things that I enjoy kind of colliding in that way. And I gotta say, it's really special for me, and I'm sure it's probably special for other people that may feel that way about like being in love with K-pop music as well as like alternative music. And I also feel like maybe it's an opportunity for other people to kind of, you know, if they like this type of music, maybe it might open their horizons to check out other groups and stuff like, or other groups or other artists that kind of, you know, hit in that sort of way. And I think that Kickflip has done a really good job with these two songs where, like I said, I feel like there's such a cool crossover of those things. And I feel like I've been saying it for a couple years where I love when K-pop kind of transcends into like a little bit of a different pool of music. And I feel like this one's such a great example of like how to do it, right? Like you got amazing hooks in the chorus. Like the instrumentation is super fun, very bright, very like major key. Definitely takes a lot of pop elements to it, but then like you incorporate like the band elementation to it, and then you have like kind of people that are familiar with more of the side of like instrumentals and stuff, kind of migrating over into that fashion. So I hope that inspires people to go and listen to maybe artists that they were influenced by while making this release. And, maybe they might fall in love with a band or something like that. Or, if you're already into band stuff, I feel like this is a great segue to getting into, certain aspects of K-pop. Obviously, it's not 100%, but I definitely feel like there's a lot of elementation here where I think it's hard to deny how catchy, or in someone just comment here, how infectious the song is. I think they do just a phenomenal job of doing that in K-pop, and being able to craft great hooks. And I think this song, as well as 20, do a great job of representing that really well. So really great stuff. The vocals on this were great. I love the chorus. I think, again, really kind of dialed in. They really know how to have, them and JYP really know how to have a great hook. So I think they did a phenomenal job on that front. Again, love a lot of the band elementation as well. And I think like I said, it just further incentivizes me to go check this out. I think it was very similarly to like checking out the Woods album. Maybe we are seeing kind of a little bit of a foray into like the soloists or like groups starting to do, pushing the boundary a little bit more. And I love to see that. So this was a great one. Gunky, thank you for the recommendation. These were phenomenal. We'll do my best to listen to them. Sonja, we are doing Monsta X literally now, and BTS I put on the on my list here, so we will cover that one too. Even though we did listen to 2.0, I have not seen the MV, so we'll check that out. All right, speaking of Monsta X, the next one we were checking out is Heal, so check it out.
Dancing on the tightrope, trying to keep my eyes closed. I don't want to hurt again.
Such a good pretender, can't even remember when I didn't hold things in. Lying awake, trying to make my brain slow down. We say we're okay, but we're just afraid of the fallout. How can we heal our wounds when they keep ripping open? How can we hear the truth when it's never being spoken? How can we heal?
Taking us to church. Wow.
Love is what's keeping us broken.
That's powerful.
I don't wanna lose you, and you don't wanna lose me. That much we know for sure.
So how we end up like this? We're dancing in the silence, hearts bleeding on the floor. Holding you close, but I know we both feel the distance. We keep holding on, cause all could be lost in an instant. So how can we heal our wounds when they keep ripping open? How can we heal the that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me. Say you'll never leave me.
This Brit is phenomenal.
How can we, our wounds, but they keep ripping open. How can we heal the truth when it's never been spoken? How can we heal our wounds when they keep ripping open? How can we heal the truth when it's never been spoken? How can we heal? How can we heal? When the love is what's keeping us broken. Dancing on a tightrope, trying to keep my eyes closed.
Wow. Great song. Wow. All right. This was Monsta X and Heal. Very nice. Very nice. Polo, hello. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Biscuit, I love this and the album so much. Oh man, I'll have to check it out. This is a great English song. Wow. Very cool. Sonja said thank you. Andy says, ooh, this one is so good. Sonja says their voices blend so beautifully and hats off to whoever produced this song. I am taking some catch-up requests, so if you've got some new stuff, drop it in chat. Or don't drop it in chat. Tell me what you want me to check out, and I'll put it on my notepad list here. But this is phenomenal. I think I was getting. I'll be honest. I was getting a little choked up. This is first of all, like the song was extremely well written. And I also feel like the message behind the song was just really, really beautiful as well. I just think like a lot of the ways that they not only I think formulated a lot of lyricism, but also like the way that they visualized it as well, I think was really, really beautiful. And I think it's something that can be related to in any way. You know what I mean? Like I think it is like one of those songs where like even if you don't listen to K-pop, I feel like to me, right, like you're going to understand what this song is. And honestly, I feel like this would be a song I would show to somebody that isn't even remotely familiar with K-pop, right? Like I think this has a very like worldwide meaning and worldwide message as well. And so I think they did a really fantastic job of really dialing it in vocally and stuff like that, as well as the production on it as well. They did great. I love like the chorus as well. The chorus was really phenomenal. I think like obviously the addition of like the choir / like church elements, like gospel church elements, I feel like we're aided in that sort of emotion, but I also feel like it really brought that sort of like like gospel moment into this song, and so I really appreciate that a ton. I also really just love their voices. I think Monsta X has some phenomenal vocalists in their group certainly, and I feel like a lot of their English stuff that we covered when we covered Monsta X was really great, and I don't know if they have it on vinyl, but I will more than likely go look for it now, because I'll have to add it to my ever-growing Monsta X vinyl collection now. But I feel like it's just so beautiful. I think, like I said, this could transcend outside of K-pop in that way. And I don't feel like it was just pigeonholed to that certain sect of people, which is great. But yeah, I think they did. Like I said, I think they sang it beautifully. I think like the lyricism behind the song is beautiful, and obviously the message as well. I think was just something that I think a lot of people can get behind and resonate with. So it was a beautiful moment. And like I said, I felt I think if it went on like maybe another 30 seconds, I think I would have would have started crying for sure. So great stuff. I love to see it. Biscuit said that Jeff Harris was the one who did the production on that. Shout out to Jeff. He did a great job. Let's see. Polo says a Manifest song. I did put the Manifest song. Thank you, Polo. Biscuit says it made me tear up. They also performed it on Good Morning America today. Oh, that's awesome. I know they also announced a tour as well. So if you are going to see Monsta X, shout outs. Very cool. I got my girlfriend and I tickets to see IVE. So we'll be seeing IVE in Jersey in July, end of July. So if you're gonna be there, come say hello. Love to see you. Very cool. Thank you, Sonja, as well as Biscuit, for recommending it. I think this was a phenomenal song to listen to. So great stuff. All right. I believe this was Jazz. Jazz asked for Ha Hyun Sang and the song Odyssey. So very nice. Biscuit says yes, no, southeast, Virginia. Oh damn. Well, that's. I hope. Hopefully you'll get to. Hopefully you'll get to see them. Biscuit. You can always make a vacation out of it, you know. All right, very cool. Jazz, we are checking out Ha Hyun Sang and their song Odyssey. So thanks for the recommendation. Let's check it out. Ooh. Cool pre-chorus. Cool chord change. Ooh. All right. All right. Cool. Very nice. This was Ha Hyun Song and their song Odyssey. Very nice. Very nice. I know we did. I saw we checked out Hummingbird. I do remember this. this was like probably 6 months. It was released 6 months ago, but I think we had to have checked it out within like that month after it was released. I'm pretty sure. So very cool. Jazz says this is kind of kind of different for him, but I like the change. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I remember Hummingbird, and the name looked familiar, so I was like, I think we've checked out his music before. So, very cool. This was definitely more my speed, from what I remember by Hummingbird, and that's not to say Hummingbird was not bad. I did enjoy it, but I definitely say this one's a little bit more fun in my opinion. I liked it. He was also in Hoppy Pola. I remember that as well. Like I said, there's some things that I remember so well about chat. There's some things that I don't even remember. I don't know how. I feel like it's probably my age for sure. My Ajashi age, my brain going to shit. But there are some things I remember well, I feel like, about chat. And there's some things will be lost to the sands of time. But I enjoyed this a lot. I think this one definitely was more my pace, certainly. I really love that synth tone. I feel like like, I didn't think I was going to like it as much because I think it was so forward, like, it's so ingrained in the song, but I actually really wind up enjoying it throughout the entirety of it. I think the way that they kind of, like, made it feel like a main character in the song, I felt like was very interesting, like, at first, but I also feel like it grounds the song in such a beautiful way. So I really love that choice. And at first, like I said, I wasn't really like super on board with it. By the end of it, I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like, I'm glad that they used it. But I also really enjoyed, like, the instrumentation of this. I feel like a lot of, at least from what we've seen tonight, and I guess maybe speaking for the last, like, couple, well, at least the last month when we've done catch up stuff, is like, I feel like certain artists in, like, a particular niche, like, are just doing things a little bit different, and I appreciate that, like, just to kind of separate themselves from, like, the rest of the pack, certainly. And I kind of like the, like, again, the indie-ish sort of feel of this song. Really, really cool. The drumming, the bass, the guitar work were all really cool. I like that they kind of have, like, this little bit of, like, light fuzz, like the effect fuzz on it. I think it was really, really cool. It kind of gives it, like, this sort of, like, I don't know, like, I want to say, like, a 90s pop feel, but I don't know how accurate that is. I want to say, like, it's got, like, some little bits of, like, indie-ish vibes, and I think that's kind of what throws me off a little bit, in a good way. Also, his voice is incredible. I feel like he was able to show off a lot more range with this track. Like, there's, like, some bigger highs and, like, I want to say lower lows, but definitely, like, vocally, I think he was able to change up his stylization a little bit more from the previous song that I've listened to, Hummingbird. So I really love that. I think it was a cool differentiation for him on that front. Um, Again, that electronic synth tone I thought was really gorgeous, and I like that it kind of remains as this constant through the song. I think that's a cool musical motif that they used with this one, and I think it worked out really well because it was something that I kind of felt like if I wasn't fixating on the voice, I feel like the synth choice was like the next thing that I naturally associated with the song. So I think they did a great job of, I think, attuning people's ears to that a little bit more. But overall, I thought this was very good. I'll have to. It looks like it's his second full album, New Boat. It looks like, potentially based off the title here. So I have to check this out. This was really cool. Definitely more on that, like, indie-ish, like, indie-ish pop alternative feel, which I thought was cool. I liked it. Definitely a different vibe overall. And it's so cool, like, that they came from Hoppy Pola as well, which is, like, an even completely different variation of that too as well. So cool stuff. Thank you, Jazz, for recommending it. So very cool, very cool. I don't know if Harmony's still in chat, but we are checking out Chanmina now. We did check out the last one that she did recently with Hirito of Ini, which was great. But I just saw that she posted, I saw in the Discord that she posted a new song as well. So we're going to check out Flip Flap. So let's check it out. What a name.
Oh, she's a genius. She looks like a goddess. Wow, what's her name? Does she mean it? Flip-flop like pancakes. You always on TikTok. Oh, are you famous? Did I say it? I'm the famous bitch. Yeah. Look at my vibe. 見てこの変わらない tiger eyes 誰も食っても死んでない本当のとこは誰も見てないからかってきた業界の人今あったらあらフリップフラップ最近すごいすねでなせ結構使えたんすねまたいつか She's a genius She looks like a goddess Wow What's her name? Does she mean it? Flip-flop like pancakes You always on TikTok Are you famous? Did I say it? I'm the famous bitch yeah 1, 2, 3 flip-flop like a pancake 手のひらが返ってく Oh yeah 1, 2, 3 flip-flop like a pancake Flip-flop You're gonna flip-flop too オタクの番組またいつか今でいっぱいなんで本当の仲間とピックアップされ驚いた
Are they dancing on a pig pick?
Oh shit, Jamina gonna get us for the chaos. Flip-flop like pancakes, you always on TikTok. Are you famous? Did I say it? I'm the famous bitch. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 flip-flop like a pancake. 手のひらが返ってく Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3 flip-flop like a pancake. Flip-flop, you're gonna flip, 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 flip. 人間やらしてもらってますからいいも悪いもあるんすよ君らが見てる私は小指の爪くらいのサイズなんすよ誰かが言うちっちゃい嘘で手のひらがめっちゃ変えるんすよ勝ち取るたくさん見てますからすごいわっていつもかけながら思ってます Oh, she's a genius. She looks like a goddess. Wow, what's her name? Does she mean it?
Damn. That's great. All right. This was Chanmina and her song Flip Flap. Crazy, 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 crazy. Hari says it's fun. Sarah says I love Chanmina. Polo says that was a vibe. Let's go. Hari says I love her. Very nice, very nice. This I will say I think she said flip flap like a pancake. If I've got the lyrics correct, I thought that was hilarious. And then also she was like, they were doing like that choreography over like a literal pan filled with pancakes. I thought that was kind of wild. Definitely fever dream energy right there. But I'll be honest. I feel like Chanmina could tackle any genre at this point. I like genuinely. I think she just does everything, which is kind of nuts. And obviously massive respect to her for continuing to do whatever she wants. But I will say I feel like this is a little bit closer to what when I initially found out about Chanmina's music. This I feel like is a little bit closer to what I've listened to. Like I said, she did that feature on Bobby from Icon song, and that's how I found out about her music. And we've covered Chanmina's stuff over the years. So I feel like I'm always up to date with what she does. But I felt like this one was very interesting. Definitely a little bit more on, I would say a little bit more closer to her roots, certainly, which was cool. I was kind of expecting her to do like her tradition. Like, I feel like she almost always includes like some sort of like raspy like tone to her voice. And I felt like with this one, she didn't really do that as much, which I was a little surprised about. I mean, I feel like there were some moments, but I feel like she normally has like, a little bit of like that like vocal crazy energy. And I feel like this one was maybe a little bit more subdued. And I think that the instrumentation definitely took a little bit more of that that raw energy out of the equation, because I think the instrumentation is super hard. I think they did a really great job with that. And also just like the way that her voice kind of weaves in and out of the song, I thought was really interesting as well. But yeah, I enjoyed this overall. I thought this was really good. Like I said, it is a fun, like, I feel like this is a club song, certainly. Like, I think there have been songs in Chanmina's career where I've been like, oh yeah, like this is definitely like a club vibe. But I felt like with this one is like I could see someone pulling I could see someone pulling out the Chanmina song in the club for this. You know what I mean? Like it gives that type of energy. You know what I mean? So really cool stuff. Like I said, if you want like the absolute Swiss Army knife of a artist, I feel like Chanmina always has something different to bring to the table, and I'm always just I feel like I'm almost always excited to check out her music because she's so fluid in the way that she just puts out different types of music. It's cool. So I love that. But very cool. Shouts to Chanmina. And shouts to chat for recommending it. Thank you, Harmony. Appreciate it. Let's keep it moving. Tonight we've got Uncool by Q. Is the group called Uncool and the song is called QQQ, or that'd be crazy if the group was called QQQ. Oh, the group's called QQQ. Okay. That's crazy. What a name. Sun just says she's versatile for sure. I agree. Andy says QQQ is the first subunit of one of only. Excuse me, I can't even read tonight. Only one of which is members of KB, Jisung, and Nine. Oh, okay. Very nice. All right. And Kaylee says QQQ is the group, and Sarah says, "Oh yes." Oh, all right. Let's rock.
지겹잖아 똑같은 걸 색다른 걸 기다려 계속돼 like a parody oh my god I'm so cool 깨고 싶어 hey talking no cool yeah 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 비싼 거 make me so ugly 다 고쳐 make me so ugly oh so much make me so ugly so ugly 지나가네 사랑했던 것 마음속 깊숙이 찔러놓은 날 끝 흐려져갈 like 뭔가를 놓친 듯해 난 기다려 rainbow side 난 나를 찾으려 해 trying to ignore 춤을 춰 기다려 지겹잖아 똑같은 걸 색다른 걸 기다려 계속돼 like a parody oh my god I'm so uncool 깨고 싶어 hey touching a cool yeah 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 비슷한 거 make me so ugly 다 고쳐 make me so ugly oh so much make me so ugly so ugly so ugly just one wake up 난 계속 예뻐 예뻐 매 순간이 자유롭길 바래 차올수록 맘은 더 허전해 Big boy wake up 예뻐 예뻐 Your light is so uncool Bring me your
Ooh, nice. All right, very cool. That was QQQ, and the song is Uncool. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. Sarah says, so glad Jisung came back. Let's go, let's go. Sanjay says, haven't heard of QQQ yet. Cool. Very nice. We both hadn't heard of him, so that's awesome. Kaylee says, it's a little complicated because only one of, as a group, is in limbo right now. Their members who left years ago came back to join the new subunit QQQ. We did not, Sarah. I was gonna say this is the first song that I've heard from them. So, Kaylee says, only one of would be a fun deep dive. They have some crazy ass songs. Okay, very nice. I'll have to throw them onto my wheel of groups we need to cover. So that would be cool. I'd be down. Sarah says, oh, maybe I found my teeth. I love how Sarah just makes deep dives in their free time. That's amazing. You have to be prepared, when you get your points. I get it. Respect. You did have Boys Planet Summer, so I feel like that was enough preparation for a lifetime. I thought this was great. I liked it. Very upbeat, very fun. Their voices were also really good too. I liked how they all meshed together. I don't know if the original group only one of is those three members or if they had more members or not. So I can't speak on that, but I can speak on the subunit. And I thought it was really well orchestrated. I think their voices all individually sounded good, but I also loved when they were able to kind of mesh up together, doing like ensemble vocals. I think like the way that they layered out a lot of the vocals, like runs and stuff, I think they did a really great job with. I also like the like strong electronic influence of this song. I think they did a really great job of, I think they kept it fun, light, and just really energetic. So, I love that elementation of that. The bridge was probably my favorite part. I like that they switched the rhythm up of that section. I think it really kind of made the song feel more dynamic. I think if they kept the same sort of like beat progression, I would have maybe felt it would have been a little bit repetitive, but I like that they changed it up, kept it a little bit more spicy, and a little bit more interesting. I think that does keep, I feel like it keeps me more engaged. So I loved hearing that. But overall, I thought it was cool. Like I said, I have not heard of this subunit before, so it was really interesting to kind of listen to their subunit, and I'd be curious to check out, obviously, their main group if time presents itself. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a very good song. I thought it was very solid. I enjoyed it. So, Sarah says, give me a, what did it say? Oh my God. Give me a week and I can make this deep dive. I already redeemed the 100K, so now I know what for. And Yogi says you are deep dive. Sarah's a deep dive making machine. That is great. I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's always the constant battle between, I feel like, Sarah and Gunky in like the realm of the deep dives. It's crazy. Love to see it. Kaylee says there were 7 members. Jisung left in 2021. They were 6 for a while, but Jisung came back for this subunit. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then looks like Kaylee says that they're obsessed. That's great. Love to see it. Gunky says they made a 3-part deep dive over the weekend, but it's a secret who it is. Okay, I will not spill the beans. So, very nice. Also, I would love to know where that reference came from. Who started saying spill the beans? That's kind of wild. I know that was a really weird tangent, but what a way to say that. So, language is fun. All right. Well, we're shifting gears entirely. Gunky has recommended we do Little Glee Monsters pages, and I already have a feeling I know I have somewhat of an idea of what this is, so I'm excited to God, I can't even fucking type tonight. Pages. Very nice. This came out today. Okay. What the fuck? Is it? Oh, I put machine. What the fuck? How did I put machine? All right. All right. Let's check it out then.
君と描きたい未来へ 3, 2, 1 and go さあ次のページを開け一歩もう一歩確かに進んできた君の背中をずっと見てた泣いて笑って時には笑われてそれでもくじけなかった予想外の展開にページが滲んでしまったら潮に挟んで次の楽しみ取っておくのもいい君の心を私の言葉で全部この世界に残したくてで生きていけるのは笑ってくれるから重なった想いつづれありのままでストーリーの結末は丁寧に描こう今は未来へ一斉ので飛べ OK let's go only one でも届いた思いと思いで呼び合ったハーモニー明日も明後日も君とほら Sing a song 前がきから数えたきらめきのカウントダウンくだらないことで笑い合って綴り重ねる日々 That's all pages 輝んだとか運命に抗う力が欲しいんだ一人悩んで立ち止まっても隣で響く足音が雪に変わる君と歩いた涙の道のりいつか共に笑う風船にしようねどんな未来でも怖くないんだもん大丈夫だって歌を叫ぼう声の限り一人じゃ届かない景色も君と一日いたらやりだって見つけよう Let's go
Wow.
失敗ばっか重なって破り捨てたページ不安が絡まってにじませたインクのでなんかじゃないんださあ次のページを開いて君と描きたい未来へ 3, 2, 1 and go 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 君の心
Wow.
私の言葉で全部この世界に残したくてね生きていけるのは笑ってくれるから重なった思いつづれありのままでストーリーの結末は丁寧に描こう今は未来へ一斉ので楽しみ飛べ
Wow. Their registers are they're nuts. Wow, that was awesome. That was Little Glee Monster pages. Very nice. We have checked them out before. I know it's been probably a little bit actually since we checked them out the last time. But holy shit, man. Their vocals are nuts. Like we've seen performances of them before where I feel like their voices are just immaculate. But this song was like, I like I said, I would be honest, like I feel like this is probably one of the best songs that I've heard from them. We've seen some live performances as well in the past, but man, this one I think just knocks it out of the park for me. I think they, first of all, like the level of detail in this song, I think is just absolutely stunning. Like the way that they are able to layer out. I want to see how many. I'm trying to see how many members there are at the end because, okay, perfect. So it's one, two, three. Okay, 6 members. I feel like they did such a great job of. I think everybody kind of fills in the gaps in like a beautiful way of the song, but just like to me, I felt like this one was just like the way that they arranged a lot of these vocals were just phenomenal. And there's like 3 part, 4 part, like maybe even five to 6 part harmonies in like one song, and to me, it was just like holy shit, like I was just so impressed by how well and how effortlessly they are able to kind of sing those sections of the songs. Obviously, I know some of that is I know it's pre-recorded certainly, but like I think the way that they are able to kind of craft a lot of those vocal lines and melody choices, I think were really phenomenal. Also, all of them individually sound great on their own. Like they all sound really really gorgeous. I think my favorite is actually the one in the back with the like white and red stripes. I'm pretty sure I pointed her out last time when we checked out like a live video, but I feel like her voice is so good. Obviously all of them are incredible. The one in the front in the like greenish shirt with the blonde hair, I feel like she was also really incredible as well too. Obviously all of them, I could give them all their own merits certainly, but like those were the two that I feel like I remember from last time and also knew their voices in this video, so it was great to see them, continue to put on a phenomenal performance. But yeah, I would say by a country mile, I feel like this one is probably one of the best Little Glee Monster songs that I've heard on stream by a pretty large margin. I would argue this was just so good. I would go back and listen to this one like 100 more times if I could go do it. So phenomenal group. Obviously glad to check them out again, and I'm glad that they're doing some new stuff. So love to see it. Gunky says I just love the vocals in this group. Hard to not, Jazz says, wow, love that one. Uni says, I need a new group to check out now. Let's go. Sarah says, they were so cute. Wanted all those outfits. And Uni says, maybe I just vibed and didn't take note of the name, but this one makes me pay attention. Made me pay attention more. That's fair. And Gunky says they've only been around for about 12 years. That is like, obviously, I feel like that's a testament to their group. I know that they've had a little bit of a rotating cast, certainly, but I feel like a group to be doing, I feel like any genre, right? I think if you're an artist and you are still actively creating music for more than a decade, I feel like that's such an impressive feat. You know what I mean? So, cool. Obviously cool on their front. Obviously best affirmations to them going further, which is incredible. So love to see them continuing to do it. They're a phenomenal group, and obviously any opportunity we have to check them out is just a joyous time. So Gongi says only half of the existing members are original members. Hey, listen. At least it's not like only one original member. You know what I mean? That's still good. I mean, and also they still love doing it. That's incredible too. So good to hear. All right. Looks like Gunky also recommended "Baby Don't Cry," Bittersweet, which I don't think we've listened to them before, but excited to check them out. So let's give them a listen. Oh, I forgot I was on mute. Okay. Gunky says this song is really good. Okay, let's check it out. Are they a part of Size label? P Nation. Oh, interesting.
가지 마 하던 그대로 날 만지지 마 이렇게 막 웃어버리자 느끼기 싫은 맘이 찾아오면 Cause it's so coming back like a deja vu 나는 이 게임의 엔딩을 기억하거든 Bittersweet memories 내게 있다가 사라진 모든 것 다시 그만큼만 보고 싶진 않거든 Bittersweet memories 내가 제일 좋아하던 모든 것들 늘 영원할 수 없단 걸 알았을 때 My heart broke into pieces fell apart First love BFF turned into a scar Eventually I love myself I can't forget that night But I'm not living in all the deja vu 나는 이 게임의 엔딩을 기억하거든 Bittersweet memories 내게 있다가 사라진 모든 것 다시 채워진 그보다 많은 것들을 Bittersweet memories 한때는 내 전부였던 것들 날 떠날 리
Cool
없을
bridge.
것 같아도 떠나갔던 영원한 건 없다고 다이어리했으면서 아마 그때쯤 처음으로 외로움을 난 알아버렸어 Cause it's so coming back like a deja vu 나는 이 게임의 엔딩을 기억하거든 Bittersweet memories 내게 있다가 사라진 모든
All right, very cool. This was Baby Don't Cry and their song Bittersweet. Very nice. Let me see. Let's see. Gunky says that the song is really good. Polo says catchy chorus. I would agree. Sarah says I know we hate the diegetic parts of music videos, but that one was really cool. I would also agree. Yeah, I know we do. We do not like that. Polo says, what does that mean? It means like, so whenever like videos like MVs cut out like to where the music is and then you're like a part of, yeah, Sarah nailed it. Like where you're in the real moment and then it cuts back into the song. But I'm surprised I said it correct. I if I did say it correct, I have no idea. But this is great. First of all, I had no idea that I had no idea that P Nation had another girls group, which is kind of crazy. But this is cool. I like this a lot. Very catchy. I agree with Polo. Like that chorus is absolutely chef's kiss. Super catchy. Great hook. The vocals in that section were also really good. I also love the melody choice that they use. That like where they kind of do that like all like when they say bittersweet. Like I love that they kind of like go up a little bit, like in the like a little bit of a vocal ramp at the end. I thought that was really nice. They've got some really great vocals too, I think, across the group. Very powerful, very dynamic voices. So I loved hearing that as well. But I liked it. This one, I think that the instrumentation is simultaneously there and not at the same time. I like that the chorus you know, like obviously you get the most part of the song, you get their voices at full front, but I like that it kind of tapers back in the verses and like and then you get into that pre-chorus and it builds the song up again. I appreciate that. I know that's like a very tried and true like measure in music, but I feel like with this song, considering how like kind of liked it is, I think they do a really great job of playing with like the different tugs and pulls that the song brings. I also really like the lyrics of the song. I thought it was very like I thought it was very interesting as well. Like I think it worked out really well for like the type of vibe of the song, and I also feel like it makes you think about like I feel like it made me think a little bit more about it, and I appreciate that because like sometimes I don't always feel that way about certain like some songs certainly, but I appreciate that there are some artists. Yeah, I appreciate there's a lot of artists within K-pop where I think I could think a little bit more introspectively about it, but I really enjoyed that, and I also enjoyed the bridge. I thought the bridge was really, really interesting. I like that they took a lot of those really heavy, like reverb drenched sound, and they kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but also made like the vocals like a little bit more odd and a little bit more out there, in a good way. So yeah, I'll have to check this out. It looks like they actually have a new song out too, Shapeshifter, which we may check out later on in stream, but I really enjoyed this. This was a phenomenal song. So Bittersweet came out recently. So I have to check this out. This was really, really good. I was surprised. I will throw From This 9 on there. That was the other one I couldn't think of. So I will, y'all know I love From This, so I got to do it. Sarah says I nailed it. Hey, let's go. That's a win for me tonight. I love that. Uni says, I'm torn between this and I Don't Care for Fave from them. Ooh, okay. Very nice. And Guggy says the chorus is just too good. I would agree. So great choice. This was good. All right. This is the moment y'all have been waiting for and asking me to do. I blanked out and didn't do it earlier, but we are checking out the 2.0 MV, which has been haunting my the page tonight. So we'll be checking it out. Let's give it a listen. Oh my god. God, not Jimin. Oh my god.
그래 방탄처럼 그게 말은 쉽지 우린 팀툴 누가 맨날 뛰어넘네 웃기기는 한데 사실 안 웃기지 10년은 말야 어린 반프 not stop yeah pull up measure block we gon' knock yeah 해줘 let it fun fella pop yeah came back for what's mine we don't stop brand new, yeah we on that brand new. You know how we do. Ay. Gotta give them much brand new. 다른 스텝 뒤지게는 step 2 2.0 take down who 여기저기 또 한 번은 내 10 out of 10 이젠 버려 모습 하품 수고하러 가 yeah we get 다시 스코어하러 yeah pull up bedroom block we gon' knock yeah had your little fun fella pop yeah came back for us mine we don't stop you know how I do you know how I do put your brand new
Get me on that brand new. You know how we do.
Pop, 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 pop. Baby, game to live. Rock, 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 rock.
Yeah, hit him up like pop. Hit him with the truth like rock. Time to pay your debt. Feel me or feel me not. Let it be, let it bleed. Hit it lit. And it's split. Stop. Right. Yeah. Pull up, extra block. We gon' knock, 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 knock. Yeah, have your little fun, fella. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, came back for what's mine. We gon' stop.
You know how I do. You know how I do. Put your brand new. Yeah, we on that brand new. You know how we do. You know how I do. You know how I do. Buddy, put your brand new. Get me on that brand new. You know how we do.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right. This was BTS's 2.0. If you missed out, we covered the entire album, so go check that out. Don't be too mean to me. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what we got here. Gunky said from the previous song, for some strange reason, I thought we did the From Us 9 song, but obviously that is not true. We did not do the From Us 9 song. So we are doing it tonight, though. Sonja says that this MV is inspired by the film Old Boy. I do remember that. I did see an article on that. And I was like, oh, that scene looks familiar. And I was like, oh, it's from Old Boy. So I did know that. I was I was a little surprised, but it was cool. Obviously, shout outs to like a classic film. So put in Korean filmmaking on top. The choreo is peak. I agree. Polo says, Old Boy is one of my favorites. Hey, let's go. And so just as the transition on the MV are so clean, not gonna lie. I love the song so much more after this MV. Yeah, I thought the MV was sick. Obviously, the homage to Old Boy at the beginning I thought was great. I will say, let me see if I can get a shot of V again, because I can't unsee it. What the fuck's his name? God. I'm gonna look it up. God, I know who it is too. What the fuck? Who does he play? God. If I can remember, if I can find I'll pull up a photo. But V looks like a famous like Japanese actor, and I can't remember his name. But like, no lie, I was just like cracking up from that. So if I find a photo, I'll have to snip it and put it in Discord. But yeah, I would agree. I would agree with Sonja. Like, definitely enjoy the song more. I will say as well. I also enjoyed the BTS album a lot more post streaming it. I feel like to me, I always feel slightly bit pressured in terms of like covering an album, but obviously I feel like going through and listening to it, my first thoughts, like my opinion is going to change on the album. I will say it is very good. I still feel like, I feel like weirdly enough, I'm still on the same playing path of like, I think the album is great. I still feel like there were other BTS albums I enjoyed more, but I will say that like the songs absolutely did grow on me a lot more. I think I have to give a shout out to my girlfriend because she has literally been listening to this album nonstop. So I feel like I feel like she's slowly eroding away at me listening to this album a lot more and having my opinions on it. But yeah, I think it is still really good. So glad to feel that way like a week out from this. So Sarah says, I love the behind the scenes. He couldn't smile without his beard falling off, so he was just dying the entire whole time trying not to cheese. That's awesome. So just as the fact that they were so goofy was so funny too. Yeah, I was gonna say, I like looking at Jimin's face here with the mustache. I'm just like, how could you not just how could you not have a fun time? I love that. So great MV. Got some good laughs, which is great. Good to see. So very nice. All right, Polo, we are on to yours. Apologies, we've been doing a lot, so appreciate you vibing with us tonight. So we're checking out Manifest. If you know, Polo is our resident Manifest fan. So we are checking out their new song. So let's get it.
Yalnız kalmadım işte. Gerçekten sen bu gidişle. Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Kaybettin bu dönüşte. Şimdi ne kaldı elinde? Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Sunlar bana derdi yoksa yanar kalbimden sana dik gelir yokuşlar. Olmazlara inat dökülen onca teri silmedim inan. Kapattım o defteri ya. Yerime koyamadım kimseyi benim yerime. Neyine kapılıp da kaybettin o son eline. Deliye dönersin böyle bastım bam teline. Deneme o gemi aldı yoldan artık evine. Yalnız kalmadım işte. Göreceksin sen bu gidişle. Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Kaybettin bu dönüşle. Şimdi ne kaldı elinde? Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Aklının bir kenarına yaz. Kendimi seçtim en sonunda. Senle geçen tüm günlerimin hatırına. Gözünü aç kapa beni belki orada bulursun. Düşününce anılarına sarılıp uyursun. Pişman olup da dönmek geri. Kapattım bu defteri ya. Yalnız kalmadım işte. Gerçekten bu gidişle. Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Kaybettin bu dönüşte. Şimdi ne kaldı elinde? Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Hatırlarım güneşine bir gün doğabilir. Gözünün önünde dursa da yakabilir. Kalıcı olmuyor hiçbir şey en dibi görmeden. Hazır zirveye kurulan. Hadi şimdi gözümün içine bak söyle. Kaldı mı yanında seni seven biri böyle? Kim bilebilir de hepsi tersine dönecek. Ben parlarken senin ışığın sönecek. Yalnız kalmadım işte. Göreceksin sen bu gidişle. Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Kaybettin bu dönüşle. Şimdi ne kaldı elinde? Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Yalnız kalmadım işte. Gerçekten bu gidişle. Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi. Kaybettin bu dönüşte. Şimdi ne kaldı elinde? Sensiz daha iyi, sensiz bensiz daha iyi.
All right. That choreography at the end was tight. All right, very cool. This was Manifest Daha Ilyi. Hopefully, I've pronunciated that correct. If I have not, apologies. This was really cool. I'll be honest. I feel like I feel like Polo has always been putting us on to Manifest, which big salutes to them. I enjoyed this. This was very good. Definitely. I'm trying to like correlate this to what I'm familiar with. I love that this has kind of like that 90s, I guess, like maybe it's like late 90s early 2000s like girl group vibes, like definitely like a, I don't even know. Like I'm trying to kind of correlate it to, I'll be honest, that's like a slight blind spot in my musical discography, but definitely gave me like maybe like a little bit of like Destiny's Child, especially maybe like in sort of like the vocal runs and stuff. It also kind of reminded me of like girls groups of that era. So and I would imagine Manifest definitely took influence from them. It's kind of got like a little bit of like that little slight like R&B feel to it, which I appreciate. And then I love like those like kind of like 808s vibes in the song. I feel like it kind of has this cool beat to it. So I appreciate that. I think they did a phenomenal job with that in the song. Their vocals are always on point. I feel like they've always got really like, I feel like they have very non-traditional like vocal melodies in some parts, which I think is great. Like there's definitely some parts where I was like, ooh, I wasn't really expecting them to go there vocally, but like was really shocked by the ending. So I like that. I also really love the chorus. I think that chorus is chef's kiss. So good, really catchy, really infectious. So I love the elements of that part of the song. I will say it does become a little repetitive, in the sense of like, I think they could have switched up the song a little bit. I would say that's probably the only thing that I think would be a little bit of a gripe for me, is that like that beat sounds great in like the first chorus. I think everything out to the first chorus is great. I mean, even second chorus is great too, but like you could start to see like, I was kind of expecting them to kind of switch it up a little bit, or like kind of maybe like break up the song a little bit in a different way. I think that would have made the song a little bit more intriguing on that part. I think the bridge, they did a really good job of making it feel different. And then you obviously get that full circle when you get to the final chorus. So I think if they switched up the second verse, pre-chorus, and second chorus like slightly, I think it would have been incredible. Even if it was like a changeover to maybe like second verse and second pre-chorus, I think that would have been the move. Otherwise, really good song. I've liked a lot of the Manifest stuff. I think there's maybe been like one or two songs that I really haven't like, that weren't particularly my speed, but I would definitely say this one was like, it felt like an OG classic. So I'm here for that. So great recommendation as always. Thank you, Polo, for putting us on to Manifest. I feel like you always got the ear to the ground to that, so appreciate it. Polo says definitely good old retros. I was gonna say the retro sound is real, so and thanks a lot. Very nice. Someone just says great being here. I have to go early work day tomorrow. See y'all next time. Thanks for joining, Sonja. Appreciate you. Best of luck this week for you. So very nice. We are keeping it schmovin'. It looks like I've gotten 2 from Sarah. We are going to check out Raphael, and then Cam Foy I think we're going to have to do as well. So let's go. Ooh.
I'm in a low battery, need you to charge me when you love. Low battery, need you to call me on the phone. Low battery, where'd you go, baby? I don't know. Where'd you go, baby? I don't know. Yeah. 우리 한번 돌아갔어. 추억을 회상해. 줬던 기억도 분명 있었네. 지금 네 눈동자에 다른 사람이 있어. 다른 녀석이 있어. Never felt this way too. Profit 대로면 다시는 널 보지 못해. Reason that you gave is not enough. 잘해볼게. Wake up, when can I see ya? I need to tell ya, oh no. Got me down to low. I'm in a low battery. monster. Don't tell me to monster. 멜로드라마 내겐 그저 코미디 영화 같아. 현실에선 본 적 없는 정해진 각보 같아. 시작되고 시작한 적 이젠 다 지겨워져. 내 화면이 꺼지며 I know I'll never be. Wake up, when can I see you?
So much fun. That ending was wild. Oh my god. Very cool, very cool. Sarah said this is Tag from One Pack. Very nice. And once again, I've infected the stream with Boys Planet. You have. That switch, I was gonna say the switch at the end was fucking gnarly. I love that. That was awesome. This was so much fun. This is a club banger, 100% through and through. This was so cool. It kind of reminds me a lot of like, which I think he has a new song out that we haven't listened to yet. I'm surprised I haven't listened to it yet, honestly. But like, it reminds me of a lot of like the hyper pop, like glitchy elements that Sion has, which is great. Shout out to Sion, incredible artist, of course. But I felt like that kind of reminded me a lot of those like glitchy hyper pop sort of sentiments that I feel like this song also has. So really, really cool. Obviously, I know there's a ton of hyper pop artists out there, but that was the first one that could come into my head right now. I love the vocals like mixed in as well. Like obviously, I know he's a good vocalist, so I was surprised that there was some like vocals in this. Not to say that I feel like there shouldn't have been, but I do appreciate that. I think it really kind of, and it adds to that like transience of the song, and I like that. And I also feel like the way that his voice was mixed in the song, I think he did a really great job with as well. So kudos to him for doing that. But overall, like I said, that the song was incredible, and then I think it just took it to new heights once that switch like / beat drop came in. That was so cool, and definitely like I feel like wasn't what I expected, but also what I was expecting in the same way. So incredible song. I feel like this one would just pop live. Like I don't know if he has any plans to perform these songs like in a club or something like this, but I'd be popping off if I heard this live. This would be intense. So Andy said amazing. Let's go. All right, cool. And Sarah did mention Kep1er. I don't know. I will search it. Oh, Kep1er is another song from him. Okay. Very cool. I wasn't sure. This was Raphael. Okay. The debut. All right. Very nice. Basically says, can I also suggest Wookiees? Where did this thing start to go wrong? Yep, we will most likely end it off with that. So very nice. All right. Sent the message earlier. Let's see. Okay. I think I might have it, Sarah. If not, I'm frantically looking through. All right, cool. I think I may have it. All right, let's check it out. We'll do this one. No, Santa. Thank you.
I might drop that new face. Tell me if I wanna join. 최고 기분 상태. I left the silent, got my thumbs as my feet. Tell me if I wanna join, wanna join. 머물러 주게 내 telephone 그거마저도. Baby, would you rather not? I don't really know. I'm gonna stay with you way until the day we move to town in Japan. 내 옆을 비워줄게. I get my face on you. I always give it you. I'll take the bait for you. 이건 너를 위한 주문이니. It's I get my face on you. I always give it you. I go insane, kind of celebrate with you. You know what can you got me? Get my face on you, baby, so should you. 대단히 하지 않은 채 너도 넌내 시선을. Get my face on you, baby, so should you. 밀어붙여 가게 난 사랑하지 너가 주는 사가지. No, you never wanna say for my name. And I got just a pretty face, small waist, everything. After the world, I don't care. Put it on the side, no hits. I spit the 5 쉽게. Show how I take the spot, 그날은 너게. Telephone 그거마저도. Baby, would you rather not? I don't really know. I mean for sure. 나도 보여줘. 이런 내 마음과 똑같다면. I get my face on you. I always give it you. I'll take the bait for you. 이건 너를 위한 주문이니. It's I get my face on you. I always give it you. I go insane, got me celebrate with you. You know what you got me. Get my face on you, baby, so should you. 대단히 하지 않은 채 너도 넌내 시선을. Get my face on you, baby, so should you.
Ooh, I love the synth here. That's cool. Wow.
I go insane, got me celebrate with you. You know what you got me. Get my face on you, baby, so should you. 대단히 하지 않은 채 너도 넌내 시선을. Get my face on you, baby, so should you. Get my face on you, baby, so should you. Get my face on you, baby, so should you.
Wow. All right. This is Raphael's Kep1er. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. Both songs were great. Andy says this one is from his debut EP 4-4. Very nice. Very nice. His release have been on repeat for me. My favorite song from him will be Wall. Very nice. Biscuit says that they really like this one. Very nice. Very nice. I think they were both really cool. The first one was awesome because of like that wall of sound and like that drop. I think that's what's gonna be memorable to me. But I also really enjoyed this one as well. I think this was a lot more danceable. I also really enjoyed a lot more of the vocals in this one comparatively to the first one. I think they both have like a unique merit to them. Like the first one, I think production wise was so cool, and I really enjoyed kind of like I feel like the instrumentation and like the production value of the song a little bit more and with the first track. But I will say, I think for this one, I really love the vocals. I think I'm not really surprised because obviously he's from One Pact and they're also incredible vocally. But I felt like this one, like the vocals stood out that much more so, and like the instrumentation of the song were very complimentary to his voice. So I loved hearing that. I think that was what really stood out to me more than anything else. The chorus in this was phenomenal. Great hook. Really, really fun. I also liked a lot of the like very like lasery sort of synths. Like I feel like it was very methodical, I think, choice wise. Like and I think he did a fantastic job like picking out unique synths to cut through like the electronic instrumentation of the song. Like I think very easily it could seem very overwhelming, but I like the fact that there was just like a good mix of like balanced songwriting, but also like a little bit of deviance in the sense of like it wasn't what I expected, but I think it really worked for the song. So I think he did a great job of finding that like through line between both of those, between this song, where I feel like there's such a good like fun melody and hook choice, but then like also very complimentary like instrumentation, very fun, very punchy, very like in your face in like a good way. So I felt like this one was such a fun journey from front to back. So I really enjoyed this one as well too. So very cool. Uni said so good. I like that one even more. Hey, let's go. Go check out Raphael. And as Andy mentioned before, it's 4/4/4, which I don't know if he was doing it as a time signature. That would be cool. I would assume so, but I'm not 100%. So very nice, very nice. All right. We're keeping it moving tonight. We're shrooving tonight. We're doing From Miss 9. I'm very excited about this. I did not know they were releasing new music this year, but it does look like a special video and is from their Japanese releases. So very cool. I'm excited. So let's check out Skyrunner.
Fly high, you and I. Fly high in the sky. Fly high, you and I. We're skyrunners, we'll never fall. Psycho and all your music. When together we are skyrunners. 暖かい風が吹く影がそっと伸びてく日差しが優しく照らす Gaze leading me to you 見失うたびに届くマッサージ何よりも強く途切れたこのまま差し込んだシャイン君隠れたサイン足跡じゃなく気づきがく霞んでた未来が希望に変わる Time to fly Time to fly 空の方へ Let it go 誰より近く飛んでみたいあの日の涙を越えて愛より青い空の向こうに君が待ってるから We're skyrunners 目が合った瞬間永遠に変わる予感 We will hit the ground 止まらないで We're skyrunners ダメだダメだこれそうだ背中に羽もなくて泣きそうになるたびに君は表を顔になる風出た空の紐超顔を上げたら君がいて晴れてた聞こえる君の声 Close your eyes Oh my Now you're in my sight 触れ合う指先さえ分ける心が空へと導かれる Time to shine Time to shine You are the boy Let it go 誰より近く飛んでみたいあの日の涙を越えて愛より青い空の向こうに君が待ってるから We are skyrunners 目が合った瞬間永遠に変わる予感 We will hit the ground 止まらないで We're skyrunners 信じてたこの未来絶対絶対目指して今日も向かってく Skyrunner That's what I wanna be どこまでも遠く飛んでけ誰より近く飛んでみたいあの日の涙を越えて愛より青い空の向こうに君が待ってるから We're skyrunners 目が合った瞬間永遠に変わる予感 We will hit the ground 止まらないで We're skyrunners Fly high you and I Fly high in the sky Fly high you and I We're skyrunners we'll never fall 最高あの夢に
Aw, very nice. All right, this was From Miss 9 Skyrunner. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this a lot. I had no idea they had a. I did know they had a Japanese release because I got a notification on my phone that they are released the Japanese release. So now we'll have to check it out, or I will check out some of the other songs. But now I won't have to check out Skyrunner, which is cool. This was great. I enjoy this. I think they're, first of all, Promise is one of my, I would say probably my favorite girls groups. I think seeing them last year solidified that for me. I think they just put on a phenomenal performance, and they sound great as well too. So, definitely love Promise. Shout outs to them. But I feel like with this song, it was cool. Like I got to hear like more of a rock, like kind of more of a rock tonality. Though I will say like their Korean title tracks definitely have more of that like band influence, which is great. But I love the kind of like more like Japanese stylization to this song. I thought it was really great. I think the chorus is really, really phenomenal, very catchy. I love that like lead guitar work. I thought that was super, super good. I also agree, Unhee, like a strong OST vibe to it for sure. Um, Really, you get to hear a lot of the clarity of their voices, and I think they really kind of hit a really good like vocal register too. Like I think that they really push their voices in like in that upwards direction in a good way. I don't feel like it's straining. I think like they hit those notes with really good precision. And I feel like it's very dynamic, very full, and so I love that elementation, what they bring to the table there. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely like OST vibes, definitely like that Japanese influence as well with this release. And I think they did a great job. Like I said, they're a phenomenal group, so I'm excited for their next Korean comeback certainly as well. But I feel like this will this will tide me over until that period. But yeah, great song from them. I feel like they've been on a good run too in my mind. So anytime I get a chance to listen to From This, I'll take it up. So love to see it. Shout out to the girls, but very nice. Biscuit, I believe, recommended Wookie. Hopefully, I'm gonna butcher this name. Let me see. Where did things start? I cannot spell tonight. Start to go wrong. Very nice. Okay. Wookie. Okay, very nice. All right. I know nothing. So if you have any information, Biscuit, let me know. But let's check it out. All right, this was Wookie's Where Did Things Start to Go Wrong? Very nice, very nice. This was sick. I enjoyed this. Biscuit says Wookie has is a part of the Coda crew with IM, works on a lot of songs with him. He is an independent artist, though. Very interesting. Andy said that was so good, and Sarah says that was really cool. I like this. This was interesting. I know I've been rifling with the word shoegaze all night, but I will say I felt like this was the most shoegazy song of the evening. And I liked it. I thought it was there was a lot of musical choices that I found very interesting from a production standpoint, and I'm curious. I'm sure I don't know if I'll ever get the answer to it, but I am very curious. So like something I noticed really heavily at the beginning of the song was like how the drumming has this sort of like blown out clipped sound. And I guess for those who aren't familiar with like working on music software, when you clip, it's like when your bar is in red. So it's like basically saying like the frequency is going to be distorted, and most times you don't want it to clip. Most times you're just like, if we cannot clip in the track, then that would be best. That's often why sometimes people do retakes for like certain stuff in music because because they clipped out or something like that. In this instance, it seemed like it was done in for like a musical purpose, which I thought was very interesting. Like the drumming sound like blown out in like a good way, but like I was also a little confused because I was like, seems really well produced. So I was like, this has to be like intentional. Like it's not, they're not doing it because they're like, oh, I forgot, I forgot the drums were clipping. So I thought that was very interesting. I like that choice. I think, like I said, it falls into that really interesting, like alternative, like shoegazy sort of feel that I feel like I feel like artists in that genre pool do exceedingly well. So I would definitely put Wookie in the same category. I also really loved his voice. I feel like he's got this very like haunting sort of stylization to his vocal tone, and I feel like that was really really nice for this like really distorted very like reverb drenched sound that Wookie has, not only I think on the vocal end of the scale, but really cool. um I also appreciate like the other like glitchy sort of sounds in this. I thought that was very interesting. um I think to me overall, I thought the song was very good. I enjoyed a lot of the elementation of it. I will say typically I'm not a fan of stuff being like heavily just blown out. But I feel like if it was done in a stylistic choice, then I can respect the decision. And I feel like again it kind of fits with that sort of like grungy, like I guess less composed sound to some degree, which again is ironic considering how polished it is for being like supposedly like not up to par, I guess to some degree. But I thought it was very interesting. Overall, would be very curious to check out more of his music, so I'll definitely have to keep my eyes peeled. But overall I thought it was very good. Like his voice is really gorgeous. I think that was what really kind of kept me around, especially in that chorus. I feel like his voice sounded super, super good. But the drumming was interesting. I will say I feel like that was the only sticking point for me overall. Not that I feel like not to say that I don't like it or like it. I just feel indifferent about it. But I felt like otherwise phenomenal song. So Uni says, I gotta be honest, I kinda hate the blown out sound. I probably love this song otherwise since it's what's underneath sounds really good. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. Fair take. I agree. Biscuit says his first album came out last year, I think. Ooh, okay. We'll have to put it on an album stream. That would be really sick. I'll have to keep it in the back of the noggin, certainly. So very cool. We'll end it off on Andy's pick. You have Yang Yusop, and the song "Fade Away." So we will end it off with that. I can not spell and look at the same time. Fade away. All right. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Let's check it out.
희미해져 선명했던 마지막 인사까지 좀 더 머물러 주길 바랐던 걸까 네 흔적이라도 날 보며 웃던
Piano score.
영화 같았던 그날의 기억한 조각마저 점점 더 fade away, fade away, fade away 네가 옅어져가 또 내게서 웃음이 조금은 낯설어 널 잊으려 했지만 수없이 반복해 너를 되새겨 한참을 떠올리던 난데 좀 더 네 곁에 있길 바랐던 그날의 내 마음처럼 널 보며 웃던 영화 같았던 그날의 기억한 조각마저 조금씩 fade away, fade away, fade away 네가 옅어져가 내 안에서 그날처럼 다시 너를 그려줘 내게 머물러줘 Oh please 내게 머물러줘 You 멀어져 버린 그 마음도 흩어져 버린 내 기억도 다시 않을 수
Keychain? Nice.
없단 걸 알지만 내가 언제든 꺼내볼 수 있게 옅어지지만 아직 난 여전히 네가 필요해 옅어져 내게서
All right. Very cool. Very cool. This was Yang Yusop from it looks like it's Highlight. Very nice. And the song is called Fade Away. Very nice. Very nice. This was great. I really enjoyed this. Great great start to the song. I feel like his voice and the piano was really gorgeous. I think that combination is always going to work traditionally. I feel like in my mind, I love that combination of just like vocals and like a single instrument, whether it be like guitar or piano. I feel like it's always a tried and true classic for me. But I love how the song kind of shifts like momentum. Like you get that piano work, you get like a little bit of acoustic guitar, and like towards the end of the song, like it just has such a big like dynamic build to it that I really appreciate. Like I think the way that the person that who helped produce this song, I think they did a really fantastic job of making the song feel very like dynamic, very full, but also like playing to the strengths of like the vocals and like how everything else kind of sits in the song. So I think they did a really really beautiful job of that. I also like kind of the subdued nature of it as well. Like there's definitely some glimmers in the song where I was like, "Ooh, wow, they're really pushing his voice is definitely getting up there register wise." So I think overall it was really cool to kind of get like a little bit of a taste for that, certainly, because I remember we've covered some like Beast and Highlight songs before in the past. And so obviously I feel like I'm familiar with how strong his voice is. So that's really cool. And like again, I feel like this was a little bit tame, certainly in a good way. I feel like sometimes you don't always have to like go super crazy, but I was kind of expecting that a little bit, especially after the key change. I thought for sure there was going to be some like crazy vocal pop off moment at the end of the song, but overall I felt like it was really well put together, and I feel like it highlighted his voice in a great way. I feel like in a more subtle way, but overall I feel like it was still really good. And such a really great, enjoyable experience, not only I think from the instrumental side, but also vocally as well. So great stuff. Unhi says, lovely. Kaylee says, this song doesn't show it as much, but he is a crazy vocalist. Yeah, I remember, like I said, I know we've covered some Beast and highlight songs before. So if my memory serves me correct, I remember I almost have made a face at his voice for the past couple years. So I'm not really surprised. So kudos to him for releasing his own music. That's awesome. Very nice. All right, guys. Well, we are closing up shop for the evening, I think, here. Thanks everybody who joined and gave me some great recommendations. Y'all are awesome. Some housekeeping. I know, if I've got this correct, I know Jazz, Unhi, Sarah, and I know Gunky all have like deep dives they're either working on or are going to do. I know Jazz has SF9, Gunky has A Secret, and Unhi, I don't know if Unhi's landed on anything yet. And then I know Sarah is maybe going to do one of or something. Only one of, yeah. So we will have to do that. Unhi says nothing yet. No pressure, Unhi. Take your time. I hope that wasn't a pressure. I will also open up the question to chat real quick as well. I know we do cover kind of a multitude of genres. I want to be transparent and say if you would like to do something outside of the K-pop genre, then that's fine as well. I know y'all have been requesting different stuff over God, I forget how long I've been streaming for at this many years now at this point, but I know I get a multitude of different genres. So if you feel like you are tapped out on the K-pop side of things, feel free to jump into J-pop or J-rock or J-metal or whatever. Like I said, we've covered Bandmade before. Shout outs to Gunky. So I would like to leave the floor open so you could cover what you want. I mean, honestly, I even joked and said that I feel like it would be funny if we did a deep dive of like your favorite artist that isn't in any of those realms. So if you would like to do a deep dive of that, all the power to you. Big Time Rush, yeah, if you want to do that, hey, that's your choice. But yeah, I feel like I would like to leave it on the table for pretty much any genre or any artist you would like to cover. Don't feel obliged to cover K-pop. If you feel like you have an artist that you would like to cover, like in-depthly, whatever, regarding genre, whatever genre you would like, then feel free, that is on the table. So I would just like to give the PSA, TSA information that you can cover what you would like. So beyond that, I don't know if Jazz is still in chat, but I don't know if Jazz is ready to do SF9 yet, but that'll probably be the first one. And then we'll go from there after that. So whoever wants to submit, I know Gunky has theirs already ready to go. But I know I had Jazz in mind to do theirs first. So yeah, that's the plan. If y'all are cool with that, like I said, feel free to hit me up on Discord if you've got any questions. I feel like I could generally suss out what you're trying to ask, or we could kind of come to a good agreement there on that. So otherwise, I think everything should. I think Patreon is not fully up to date, but it will be up to date. Hopefully, I'm thinking by the end of this week. So you should be seeing all the updated videos there. And then YouTube, I'm still carving away at getting everybody up to date on that. So if you are watching on YouTube, apologies. Those will hopefully be uploaded soon. But yeah, other than that, I'm rambling. Wednesday, I don't know what we plan on doing, so I might ask chat. Maybe we'll do an album stream. I feel like that'd be kind of dope because I feel like we haven't done one of those. Or chaos. I feel like we haven't done chaos stream in ages. So we might, I might bring out the chaos vibes since we haven't done one of those in a bit. Yeah, chaos. We haven't cooked with chaos yet. So that in a bit. So I feel like that might be dope. So, I will consider that as an option. So thanks, chat. Appreciate y'all immensely. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a hard season this year, so hope y'all are doing good. So take care and see you on Wednesday. Peace.